Today I'm cooking seafood tom yum or tom yum seafood in Thai. It's quick and easy once all the ingredients are prepared. You can use any type of seafood or chicken or just prawns will be as delicious. This recipe is for 6 servings. First, place a large pot on the stove. I am using an 8-inch diameter, 4-inch sauce pot, but I recommend using a slightly bigger one if available. Switch on the heat to medium. Pour in 1 liter of chicken stock or plain water. As for the chicken stock here, I have made it from boiling chicken bones in water. The recipe is in the see more link. Then add the herbs. 2 large lemongrass cut into half and smash. 20 grams of young galangal sliced thinly. 3 cilantro roots smashed. 60 grams of shallots peel and wash. 7 pieces of kaffir lime leaves halves. 5 pieces of red bird eye chili cut into half slantingly. You can adjust the amount based on your enjoyment level. And lastly, 100 grams of tomato cut into wedges for sweetness. Give it a gentle stir to combine the soup. Then cover the pot and bring it to a rolling boil. This takes about 4 minutes over medium heat. While waiting for the soup to boil, let's prepare the seafood. For today, I have prawns, squid, and clams. They have been washed and cleaned. Marinate 200 grams of squid, which are cut into bite-sized pieces with 1/4 teaspoon of salt, rubbing them evenly. Then put them to the side. Transfer 150 grams of clams to the plate. They do not need to be marinated. Then prepare 320 grams of medium-sized prawns, as I will cook them with the shells. I have cut the whiskers and leg and deveined them according to my cleaning video. The link is in the see more link. To make it easy to peel the shells off while eating, I am just going to cut the back of the shell open, poke the sharp point of the scissors in between the head and body, and cut the shell in the middle from the head to the tails. Alright, they are all done. Sprinkle 1/4 teaspoon of salt all over. Gently rubbing to marinate them. Turn the prawn to the other side. And sprinkle another 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And rub them to marinate evenly. Leave them in this plate and set it aside. Alright, after 4 minutes, the soup is boiling vigorously. Carefully open the cover and add 4 tablespoons of tom yum paste. I use Tepi Tom Yum Paste brand, which gives a deep, authentic flavor to the soup. Then stir until all the paste is well combined with the soup. The color of the soup looks too light, so I am adding 1 more heapful tablespoon of tom yum paste. I have added 5 tablespoons in total. Stir it again until well combined. Now the color is bright and the fragrance is really coming out. Our tom yum is already coming together. Let it come to a rolling boil so we can cook our seafood. Once the soup is boiling vigorously again, add the marinated squid and the washed clams. At this point, do not stir the soup to prevent fishy's smell and taste from being released from the seafood. Place the marinated prawn gently on the top of the soup one by one around the pot. Wash the mushroom just before adding them to the pot. Add 200 grams of oyster mushroom and 120 grams of white chimaji mushroom on the surface of the soup. As my pot is too full, I am gently pressing them down to submerge them. If yours is able to fit them all, this step can be skipped. Cover the pot and let it come to a rolling boil for 2 minutes. This cooks our seafood while softening our mushroom slightly. After 2 minutes, the tom yum seafood is boiling and all the seafood are cooked. Stir to rotate the mushrooms so they are fully submerged in the soup. We are almost done. Give it a taste. It's good. Now we can add our seasoning according to the strength of the tom yum paste. For me, it needs ½ teaspoon of salt, 3/4 tablespoon of sugar, and 1½ tablespoon of fish sauce. Stir until the seasonings are well combined. Add 80 grams of tomato wedges, 35 grams of cut parsley, and 35 grams of cut spring onions. Switch off the heat and stir to submerge the leafy green into the soup. Finally, give it a taste. Delicious! Now we can add 3 tablespoons of lime juice. Make sure to only add the lime juice when the soup is no longer boiling to prevent it from reacting to high temperature and turning bitter. Stir until it is well combined. Taste it once more. Perfect! Garnish with 8 pieces of deep fried dried chili for fragrance and a burst of flavor. Now we can serve. Dish it out in individual bowls, scooping the tom yum seafood soup and topping with prawns, squid, and clams. Garnish with a little parsley and spring onions. Then pour 1 tablespoon of evaporated milk over the bowl for creaminess. This is optional. Only add the milk just before serving as it can curdle if added while the tom yum is boiling. Let's eat! So good! The prawns is fresh and sweet, while the soup is spicy, sour, creamy, and so delicious. It is very fragrant and super appetizing. Enjoy! This is Home Cooking with Somjit. Thank you and bye-bye!